Hi. Hello, all. Afternoon, everybody. I hope all of you folks in America land who can vote, did vote, or will vote, please do that. We fought many, many wars to have that right. So you better damn well exercise it. I'm going to be playing a little bit of 76. I got the game on PlayStation, so I could play with Danny, and she and I can do some quests together. But while we're doing that, we're gonna check out some videos that you guys have recommended to me that I haven't seen, that I still hadn't seen. Hmm. Oh, the hell! Let me see here. And I'm gonna make it so that you guys can see everything that's going on here. There we go. So yeah, this is the Middleton versus a sovereign citizen that was like last week sometime. I think I only saw a portion of it or the tail end of it, so it'll be interesting. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get back into it. All right, let's go. Welcome everybody. Glad to have you with me.
Years we were meeting here at the courthouse several times in the year. And then for a while, we were doing it virtually. Today, we're having a meeting downstairs and they're bringing a catered lunch. But it's a secret. I'm not sure where it's catered from, but.
It's not fair.
Hey, Norfolk.
No.
All right, Mr. Hall, I gotta find your case. Why don't you come right up to the podium if you would? Anyway, the fact that you're here a day early doesn't offend my sensibilities is all. It's better than being a day late and a dollar short, but if people show up, I try to take care of what it is they have to do. So you're here, I'm here, we might as well address it.
I appreciate that. That's exactly what my stepdad said when we were day early.
Better being a day late. Big difference.
Yes, it is. 222110.
Hello, Alana, Gary, Jassa, Don, Limey, Nimrod, Mandy, as always, appreciate you. Sam, what's up?
Let's figure this out. You're Douglas Chester Hall. We've got a couple Douglas Halls, but you're a St. Joe County guy, but it has a Westville address. Is that the Department of Corrections?
Yeah, it's my ID from, it's the one I got.
I've seen those. If someone has an address of 16, they used to 1600 Cooper Street, meant they were at Jackson Prison.
Hey,
So you got your ID.
Kristen,
while
thank you
were
for the $5,
in
and thank you for
Department
the
of Corrections?
That's correct.
terrible,
All right.
terrible
Yeah, I
dad joke.
actually went to go, get it changed twice and, for
Where
some
do you
reason,
live
I
now?
did. 65273 West Peninsula, Casablanca, Michigan.
Well, Mr. Hall, you got a ticket for retail fraud in the 3rd degree. It's alleged that on or about October 29th, just a few days ago, you were at the Walmart store in Three Rivers and you took merchandise worth $34.05 and it was all recovered. So that's the kind of thing I would do, a $75 fine and state cause for a total of $200. Tell you to stay out of Walmart. That's if you plead guilty. If you plead not guilty, we could set up for further proceedings, including a trial, if you wish. What do you wish to do?
Guilty.
All right, other than what I told you, anybody promise you anything
No, sir.
or threaten you?
No.
All right, do you understand if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury?
Yes.
There'll be no trial. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to be represented by an attorney. In fact, the public defenders are here right now if you need to consult with them. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court. To testify under oath,
Hey, other Gary.
you would have the right
Hey, Dubious.
to testify yourself,
Hey, Beverly.
but you don't have to.
Hey,
If you
Sean.
don't wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent till they can prove your guilt. Looking for something here. There it is. All right, we're gonna,
She's here. Do you want to see her? Or would you separate?
no, I'll see her.
You see her? All right, I'll send her.
Were you in the Walmart store in Three Rivers on October 29th?
Yes, sir.
What did you try to take?
It was stupid. Some little class, there's a little class for my, to fix a bracelet.
And
Hmm,
then they found it and they gave you the ticket, told you to leave.
yeah,
All right. Are you on probation or parole?
no,
All right, very good. Because this could affect your parole. It usually is stupid. You know, I ask people, sometimes they're hungry and they're stealing something. Sometimes they're
Stole
stealing stuff they can
bracelet?
sell for money for drugs. Liquor used to be a popular thing to steal, but that's hard to do. For some reason, I don't understand people steal a lot of underwear. I think it's
Wow.
because they can't do their laundry.
Huh.
But anyway.
Interesting,
this was
interesting.
dumb, and you acknowledge it was dumb and you're accepting responsibility. Are you working someplace?
not currently. I'm just, I have some health issues that I'm trying to take care of. I actually got a doctor's appointment right after I leave here.
I don't think this is the guy, though. I was told
There's a $75 fine.
this was the timestamp.
$75
Apparently,
$50 state.
whoever told me
minimum.
was a little bit incorrect.
You're barred from Walmart for 1 year. That's all Walmart. You can go to Myers. I'm gonna give you 2 months. I'm gonna give you January 15th. Pay this. if you
The-
need more
the-
time, come see
Middleton's
me.
supposed
If you
to
don't,
deal with a sovereign citizen here.
And I'm not dinking around with $30 worth of merchandise, which was recovered when you just accept responsibility. Finding cost is sufficient. All right, Mr. Hall, you don't have to come tomorrow because I took care of your business today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, see you around.
You all right?
If you see an address that says 5501 100 West Westville, it's the Indiana Department of Corrections. Now, we don't see anything that says 1600 Cooper Street anymore because they closed that world's largest walled prison. But that was his ID address. He'd been extradited about 4 times from here to Indiana, but sounds like he's off paper now. And all right, Miss Hunter, would you come up to the podium, please?
Yeah, does anybody know what the timestamp is?
Yes.
I can play it at faster speed here in a
This is
second.
Shia Brianne Hunter. Ms. Hunter is set for a attorney pretrial on Friday. Ms. Hunter has a terrible habit of not showing up when she's supposed to.
Uh-oh.
So she is here now. She did not show up Friday, and I was going to issue a bench warrant for her arrest, and she had 48 hours to show up. Once again, we were here, the city attorney was here, your lawyer was here. So you need 10:19, so apparently he got up. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I was given the wrong freaking video. Darn it. Hold on. Let me go through the Discord again. All right, I think this is it. All right, give me 1 second. Gonna lift it real quick. Shouldn't take too long. All right, it's downloading. Give me 1 second. And we're done. Just like that. Amazing how fast my internet is during non-peak hours. And Pope, you said 1620?
Special appearance in the divine and living.
All right.
There it is. All right, there it is. Oh my God, he's already like foisting up the paperwork. What the hell is this? What is happening? What? I wasn't ready for that. All right, we found it. All right, guys, get ready. Oh no. Oh no.
If it can, great. If it can't, you're entitled to have a trial on this.
Okay,
You go out to the counter and they'll take care of you from there.
thank you.
Mr. Hicks, why don't you come on up and talk to you, or Mr. Aiken? That wasn't Ms. Hicks.
You're on special appearance in divine.
All right, well, we'll talk about that here. This is file number, what's that?
You're on
looks like-
special appearance in the divine and living.
Okay, could you hand that to me?
Okay.
Well, first, let me call the case. This is file number 222036SM. I'll give this back to you. You don't want to lose this. This is a birth certificate for Justin Michael Aiken, who happens to be the person that got this citation, Justin Michael Aiken. I don't want to keep that. I don't want you to lose it. You need it. Anyway, that's you. Mr. Aiken, you're here under one appearance or another. You got a citation charging with having no insurance. The last lady had the same charge.
Mm.
That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail,
Mm.
a fine of up to $500 and not less than $200. The second count is the one that carries a driving suspension. That's called driving suspended.
Ah.
It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. That carries 2 points and it requires that your license be suspended. So that could affect your ability to drive a car. And then the third count is a registration plate violation, which is a civil infraction. I don't know if there's any sort of plea offer at this point. There probably isn't. What was your advice, Ms. Jackson?
I advised him that he should plead not guilty, ask for a pretrial, and pay off what is suspending him, which is basically a couple of tickets, I believe, out of Willingboro County. See if he can't get some reduction on that charge.
That's not bad advice. Mr. Aiken, she's recommending at this point that you plead not guilty. And I don't have a problem with that.
Well, that's
Your driving record shows that you had some previous.
since when does a prosecutor recommend a defendant plead not guilty? That's a new one for me, to be perfectly honest.
Insurance tickets that you didn't pay. And then she indicates you may also have some things from Indiana. LaGrange County. Let me look at this.
Branch, me,
What's that?
Branch County.
Branch County? Okay, let me look at this, because I did look at this yesterday. The staff has been talking with you. They say you're very polite and respectful,
Mhm.
but may not completely understand everything. Your driving record shows that you are currently suspended. You do have an ID. You have Coldwater, March of 22. Failed to comply with judgment. That means you didn't pay the ticket. And so her advice is probably pretty good. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, there's case laws here that states that the use of an automobile as necessary to the earnings of a livelihood as modern life requires use in the interest of realism to conclude the right to use as an automobile on the public highways partakes of nature of a liberty within the meaning of the constitutional guarantees. Barbarian versus Luzier, 1958, 139, A2D, 869. And then the right to operate a automobile upon the public streets and highways is not a mere privilege. It is a right of a liberty, the enjoyment of which is protected by the guarantees of the federal and state constitutions. Adam versus City of the Pocatello, 416 P.2D 46 48.
So here's the thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've already said this before. Even let's assume for the sake of argument that everything that he's saying is actually correct and accurate. This still would not be the hearing to make these arguments. This would be raised in trial or even a motion to dismiss. This is simply an arraignment.
91 Idaho 99 1966. And a traveler has an equal right to employ an automobile as a means of transportation and to occupy the public's highways with other vehicles in common use. Campbell versus Walker, 78, Atlanta 601 603 2 Boyce Dell 41. Also, the word automobile connotes a pleasure vehicle designed for the transportation of persons on highways. American Mutual Liability Insurance Code versus Chaput 60A.2 D2, 118. Motor vehicle, the term motor vehicle means every description of the carriage or otherwise convenience propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes on the highways. The term used for commercial purposes means the carriage or a person or property for any fare, fee, rate, charge, or other considerations, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business or other undertakings intended for profit. A motor vehicle or automobile for hire is a motor vehicle other than an automobile stage used for the transportation.
I mean, Middleton's at this point, he's just waiting for him to finish his speech and then drop the hammer.
Of persons for which remuneration is received. International Motor Transit.
Oh,
Code
true.
versus Seattle 251.
None of it's really, most, if not all of it's not binding on
So
Michigan
does that mean
anyway.
You want to plead not guilty to this stuff?
Yes,
All right.
because
All right.
I don't know if there's a club, you pay dues.
Ha!
As I said, the staff said you've been very polite and respectful, but you are woefully misinformed. People keep coming up with these.
I have one more thing. If that's okay.
Well, anyway, everything you just said has no meaning to whether or not you need a valid driver's license or insurance in the state of Michigan. And the problem is, Mr. Aiken, you could take all this misinformation and really get yourself in a difficult circumstance. I don't know who's teaching you this, whether you learned it yourself off the internet or you've got a mentor that is taking you down this rabbit hole. But I don't want you to get yourself in a situation where you're gonna have to live to be 99 years old to get your driver's license back.
Right.
So first of all, Mr. Jackson's advice that you pay the ticket in Branch County would be helpful. Everything you just said has a thimbles full, an empty thimbles full worth of effect on anything. Your driver's license is suspended by the state of Michigan. You can travel all you want, but you can't drive a car until you get that cleared up. Secondly, you're not an independent nation unto yourself. You need insurance. I don't want you to get all sideways. You can't get your license back from following this irrelevant, meaningless
Gobbledygook.
information that you've been provided with. You seem like a nice young man. So I'm going to show you a plea not guilty. Would you give Mr. Aiken his birth certificate back? I don't want him to lose that. Now, you said there was something else you wanted to tell me?
Yes, if that's okay, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay, it states right here, under U.S. Supreme Court decision, that common law is the real law. The Supreme
Oh
Court
my
ruled
God.
that codes, rules, regulations, policies, and statutes are not the law.
No, it
So
doesn't.
Therefore, as in insurance, regulations, title, tags are not law.
Okay.
That's as it's stated here, Rodriguez versus Ray Donovan, U.S. Department of Labor, 1769.
That's wrong.
1769 F 2D 1344, 1348, 1985. And then U.S. Supreme Court decision 1796. There, every man is independent of all laws except those prescribed by nature. He is not bound by any institutions formed by his fellow men without his consent. Cruden versus New.
Wrong.
And this decision has never been overturned.
Again, everyone across the country, no matter if they're Moorish or not, Aboriginal, religious, Christian, whatever the hell, they always read from the same damn printout. Dios mío.
Okay, I'm not sure where you get this stuff. If that were true, you wouldn't need me, you wouldn't need police, you'd have anarchy and people rioting in the streets and we're about there now. People do whatever they feel like. If somebody says something they don't like, they shoot them. Somebody says something they don't like, they punch them in the nose. They feel like everybody else's property is their property. There's something here in the United States, here in Michigan and here in St. Joe County called the rule of law. And the judges don't make the laws, the legislature does. The judges are sworn to enforce them. So at this point, somebody gave you all this information, which doesn't really affect anything, and it isn't a legitimate defense. You're entitled to have it. You're entitled to be misinformed. I can't, and you're entitled to believe what you want. You're entitled to have a trial in front of 6 jurors.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll go through
This isn't even, it won't even, that stuff won't even get to a jury. The only question would be, did you have insurance and were you driving? Anyway, as I said, I don't want you to get on the driving suspended merry-go-round and you'd be unable to get off of it. Whoever is giving you this information is doing you a terrible disservice.
True.
You got these tickets in other jurisdictions that you didn't pay. Now you're suspended. How'd you get here today?
I got a ride. Somebody gave me a ride.
All right, well, don't drive anymore until we sort this out. I would like to see you get back on the right side of having a driver's license. This stuff is not helpful. It doesn't aid your cause. It has little meaning. And the bottom line is you need to have a valid driver's license. You need to have insurance. This stuff doesn't carry any lawful weight in any court in the state of Michigan. So I'm going to show your pleading not guilty. We'll send you out to the court office. We'll have a pretrial. You can share your thoughts and beliefs with the prosecutor. It'll probably just make them mad. But Ms. Jackson's advice is a good one. If you can go get the tickets paid off, get your license available to get it, they may give you some consideration. But you live in Constantine, which is a little place.
Right.
Every time you drive, they're going to pull you over again.
Yeah, that's
We're going to
different.
be on the merry-go-round and we won't be able to get off of it. So, like I said, you've always been polite and respectful, and you're entitled to believe what you want. But this isn't helpful to your cause.
This ain't it, Chief.
So we'll get a pretrial, let you share that information with the prosecutor, see what they want to do. But Ms. Jackson's advice, I think, is good advice.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Aiken, why don't you take him out to the counter? Now, what's going to happen next, and I apologize, once upon a time, we used to do the pretrial right here at the time of the arraignment. But with county cases, we're not able to do that presently. Are you missing work right now?
No, not right now.
Okay, good. I don't want you to have to take time off from work to come back here, but we'll talk further about this.
Bold for him to assume he has a job.
And if you want a trial, you're ultimately entitled to have one. My hope is you could get some of this stuff squared away and the prosecutor will give you some consideration, help you get your valid license back. But when you were young, you took driver's ed, you did all the steps you needed to do to get a valid license.
Correct. I did then. That was before I actually started researching into law, actual common law of the United States of America, which is common law, God's law. Legal is undoing of God's law.
I see. Right. God.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, I know you don't know it. It's just, there's a whole bunch of fraud.
Well, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck. I've been here for 42 years. Some people have been making these harebrained.
I don't even know what that means.
And they don't carry any weight. And I'm sorry that you have gone down this path, but it isn't going to be beneficial. And the better, and you went to all the effort to get a driver's license. Don't throw it away because of some mistaken beliefs about something that was rendered in 1796. So anyway, we'll send you out for a pretrial and we'll see where this goes. But I appreciate the fact that you are polite, respectful, and you have a right to believe misinformation if you want to, but it isn't in your best interest. All right, good luck, sir. We'll probably talk further.
Your Honor, Deputy Tyler looked on the cameras for that gentleman and he could not see him driving on camera view.
We don't have the other, just don't drive. Same for you. Stop driving and just make it worse and more expensive and harder to get it till we get this fixed.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go, sir. Then we have Alan Weston Klinger of Balsam Drive, Three Rivers.
All right.
Posted a bond, failed to show for pretrial. This is
Arresting a blind sovereign citizen. I did see that posted in my Discord. We could take a look at it today, later today. For sure. But let's go through the next one that I have here. Hammer, good to see you too, man. Thank you for the 2 months.
Yeah, what investigation are y'all doing?
So this we're gonna have to deal with the shit audio quality, but apparently these are two individuals who are impersonating police officers, and they claim to be members of the Cherokee Nation. So yeah.
I can't really disclose that information because we're on. We're on what? We're on duty. Okay.
Complex is 5-6.
Hey, so what is this? Okay. Sorry? Yeah, from Brian Kemp. What is it saying? You as a nation. Okay. What's your middle name? You don't have a middle name? So your middle name is not Alexian? You never had a driver's license in Patterson?
Oh God, did I hear that right? He said your middle name's not a Mexim. Oh no. Oh God. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh no. Hang on. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure the video is supposed to be what it's supposed to be. Okay. All right, good.
Middle name is not Alexian? You never had a driver's license in Patterson?
Yeah, his middle name is a Mexim.
Never
Well,
had
we
that?
know what we're dealing with now.
I can't hear you. Yeah, but do you have a driver's license that's within the states, any 50 states, 51 states, that say that you are permitted to drive or operate a motor vehicle on any public highways? Okay. What is your nation? Okay. But even as Indians, you're still permitted by the laws of the state, right? You can't go out and commit murder and expect, because, I'm sorry? Okay. So you're tribal marshal. Okay. Which is what? Tribal marshal. Okay.
Tribal marshals.
Which is what? Law enforcement? Okay, which classifies y'all as what? Peace officers? Yes, sir. Okay, and what official duties are you doing now? We work in a case. What kind of case? We work in a case, so we can't, I can't ask you what your work says you're working on. You can't ask us what case we work in a case. Okay, but this doesn't say anything. This says papers are submitted to your governor. Okay. It's in his file. But the governor has not signed it. Okay. It's submitted to him. Okay. It's submitted to him, but it's not been signed as in it's official or it's the law. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just because it's been sent to the State Department doesn't mean the State Department does anything.
I'm here with Officer L. Brown. Mm-hmm. No, I don't have no questions for him. I just need y'all to identify yourself because both of y'all have. This is not a driver's license, or this is a form of identification, but it's not a driver's license. You're operating a vehicle within the state of Georgia, right? You need a actual driver's license to permit you in any state to drive or operate this vehicle, okay? But it's not a driver's license at all, registered in any state.
Sorry, Shalaji.
Do what?
I think they call this chief.
Safety director this weekend. They have all these credentials in their office at the state capitol.
Yeah, but it's not been signed. Okay, so which means that it's not official.
Sir, what I'm saying to you is they have been signed. They're in the state building in Atlanta.
Where is the signed documents saying that?
Signed documents from where, sir?
Saying that. What's your name?
Sir, I'm the Attorney General for the tribe. I'm Attorney Charles.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what state are y'all out of?
We're in all 50 states. The Chilagi Nation, Cherokee Nation is in all 50 states. All 50 states as well as Washington, D.C. And I'm constantly in communication with all the governors. I just spoke to the governor.
You hang on to it. Hey, so I'm gonna need you to come back to my car. I need you to exit the vehicle and come back to my car. I need you to stay within the time of the vehicle. Driver, I need you to exit the vehicle. Driver, exit the vehicle, please. I'm sorry? I'm not doing any of this right now until my investigation is complete. Driver, exit the vehicle.
Are they going to exit the vehicle or nah?
So what is going on here? Okay? What is you don't have a driver's license. It said that your driver's license in PA is suspended. Yes, you do. My license for the nation.
He had so he has a nation issued license.
Actual driver's license.
Like no, yeah, he does. Wait, do you have an actual license?
All the states is all the 50 states and it's specified right on the. Okay. So what peace officer are you? Like you're a law enforcement officer? You're a travel marshal. Travel marshal.
Traveling marshals. Got it.
Our nation, for the Cherokee Nation's lobby, or for any nation that called upon us, just like U.S. Marshals, we're called upon the United States. That's what we do. To do what? Whether it's to pick up a fugitive or make an arrest. So are y'all bail bondsmen?
No.
Tribal marshal, which is law enforcement.
Oh my God.
What's your name? What state are y'all out of? Like, where's your headquarters? Rhode Island.
Rhode Island?
Where y'all coming? Pick up a fugitive or make an arrest. So are y'all bail bondsmen? No. Tribal marshal, which is law enforcement. Okay. And this, what's your name? What state are y'all out of? Like, where's your headquarters?
I think this repeats it a little bit.
Where y'all coming? Where y'all coming from? Rhode Island. Where's your destination? Down in Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. What? You passed Atlanta already. You passed Atlanta already. Yeah, no. Oh, like yes, yeah. Okay. What's the exact location? Do you know the city? It's in the GPS. You know the city? I think it's downtown Atlanta. Downtown Atlanta?
Hey, Kojak, good to see you, man. Long
So
time.
you've never had a
Hey,
driver's
Mark,
license.
thank you for
Have
being
ever had a social security
member for 8
number?
months.
Okay, when you were 2, do you remember that number?
Kojak, thank you for being a 2-year member, man. I appreciate it.
Huh? Ex-military, never been arrested. So if you're ex-military, you're required to have a driver's license. Everything that I gave you, that's this one. Don't reach for your pocket. Don't reach for your pocket. You could just explain it. Okay, well, it's another ID. Marshal status. What marshal status? Okay. So what branch were you in? Army. And in the United States Army, when you reach the age of 18 or 16, you're required to have a driver's license. You've never had. So have you ever been in the military and you've had a driver's license before? No. So hold on. You've been in the military with this license. That's not true. Not true. There's no way. No, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because here's it. Whatever state you're in, whatever state you're stationed in, you're required to have a driver's license. I was stationed out here at Okay, so you would have to have a driver's license.
Yeah.
You would have whatever state you came from driver's license. You would be the only exception you would have is you'd be excused to obtaining that state's driver's license.
Right.
Because you move around so much, you're exempt from the 30-day rule of updating your address information. That's it. Okay. So I'm pretty sure you've operated a motor vehicle before going to and from PT, right? Going to and from PT, which means that you would have some sort of state identification and some sort of state driver's license. So you walk around on post, is what you're saying. That's what you do. I never driven a vehicle. How old were you? I was 17, 18, 19, like that.
17, 18, 19? Really?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need some sort of documents stating, because what he's presenting is that he submitted something to the governor. Here's what we are. He submitted something to the governor, right? So that the governor can accept y'all as a nation or a tribe as for y'all to do y'all own thing. The governor has not signed out paperwork putting that in effect. But has it been signed? No, it has not.
No.
No, it has not been signed. You never had a middle name? What's your social? Your social? There's no social on driver's license. This is what state is this permit for? What state is this permit on? So you have a concealed carry permit in Rhode Island. You have a concealed carry permit in Rhode Island. All right, that's all I need. Yes, sir. Yes. Hello? I'm sorry?
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for taking the time.
How can I help you?
Sure, I thought you wanted to ask me a question.
No, there's no question to ask. The governor has not assigned any paperwork to be deemed as law enforcement of their own nation.
No, my friend.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The governor has not signed that paperwork, correct? Okay.
2015. So when you say yes, signed it, of course
There-
it's law.
logged, but it
Unfor-
hasn't been signed, correct?
No, sir, it has been signed. It's been signed in Washington, D.C., sir.
Where's the signed paperwork?
It's in Washington, D.C. Say no right there.
Okay.
If you wish to get tickets, that's fine. We can resolve that later.
Unfortunately, Kojak, there is no closed captioning for this one.
Yeah, so please write the tickets if you wish. We have no problem with that.
But here's the thing, they're identifying themselves as law enforcement, so it's that ticket payment.
Sir, they are law enforcement. These are
Okay. Okay, I can talk to him now. So what's the issue now? Okay, good.
Yeah, that's the so-called Attorney General of the tribe on the line.
Explains everything about our nation, government, and government. And he said it wasn't signed. That lie. If you look at it, it will say, yes, that's in the case.
See you later, S. Moore.
Okay, one time.
This is the sound muted.
You don't know that? You have a middle name of election? Have you ever had a middle name? Never had a middle name? Huh?
I'm a junior, never had a middle.
You're a junior? So why did you say that on your ID? Oh, sorry. I got it. So, trying to understand, what investigation are y'all doing?
I can't really disclose that information.
I can't divulge that information. Top secret.
You're on what?
SF.
Okay. On in official capacity.
Delta SEAL team.
Okay.
Classified.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we are Salaji Indians. It's been marshaled. It's for the whole nation, which is not the whole.
Is this vehicle registered in any state? In Rhode Island. So why does it not have a Rhode Island tag? A Rhode Island license plate?
Oh my God! It's a tribal license plate.
Department of Driver Services. Yeah.
No, this is for the nation.
Where'd you get that tag from? Whose vehicle? His vehicle. Okay. And what's your last name? Hannah. Yeah, what? This vehicle should have a tag on it per Rhode Island. It should have an official Rhode Island tag on it, and it does not have an official Rhode Island permit. Have y'all ever been stopped before? Okay, and how did that stop go?
They asked questions, figured out who he was. We got the governors of whatever state we're in on the phone. We waited another 30, 40 minutes for the cops to figure out what.
Let me guess. They let him go. Sure, they did.
Yeah, I'll get his. nation is that?
Salakia.
Okay.
Salakia is the original name for Cherokee before it was Americanized and translated to CHER.
What kind of, is this like a patrol car? Is that what this is?
No, we're going to go pick it up.
You're gonna go pick up the patrol car.
Wait, what?
It's in that GPS.
Is it getting fixed or something?
No. The Attorney General.
The Attorney General has what? The patrol car?
Wait, they're picking up the patrol car from the Attorney General of the nation.
Drive from Rhode Island
We drove down last night.
in this.
Hey, Aussie.
How long did that take you?
I know, Omega. I saw that.
You have to pull over and sleep? Driving?
But that's it? Oh, I didn't realize that was the end of it. But the description of the video did say that they were charged with impersonating law enforcement and were given citations for and were given vehicle citations. I didn't realize it cut off in the middle of it like that. Oh well. No, I'm not gonna do that one. I can do this one. But here's one from Old Squishy Gardner. So shout out to him. This apparently is a wild one.
Philip Conklin.
Good afternoon, Mr. Conklin. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm Magistrate Garwood. I'm going to be handling your case today. Steve, this is case WCSD 22-89723. Tell me your full and complete name for the record with your middle name.
Philip Russell Conklin.
Thank you. And Mr. Conklin, you had a chance to speak with the public defender regarding representation, correct?
Very shortly, yes.
Okay. You'll have more time as your case proceeds. When you spoke with the public defender, it looks like you were unable to provide your contact information. Is that correct?
I do not have it. I'd have to have access to my cell phone.
Mr. Conklin, I will appoint the public defender to represent you for arraignment purposes today, and then you'll be referred to the local appointing authority for them to make investigation as to representation.
Jessica Blanche, appearing on behalf of people. Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Conklin, and I did have the chance to meet with him. However, the complaint was not in the system yet at the time. If the court could read the allegations to him, please.
Certainly. Mr. Conklin, you have a 2-count complaint that I have before me. The complaint alleges that on or about November 5th of 2022 that you were at Rack Lane, that's in Ypsilanti Township. Count 1 alleges that you did make an assault upon.
Oh. Reading off the name, I think.
The intent to commit the crime of murder.
Oh my God.
Do you understand this first charge?
No, I don't. That's bullshit.
Okay, so I'm not asking
All right.
if you agree or if you disagree with the charge. I'm asking if you understand that's what you've been charged with.
No, I don't. I don't understand.
You don't
that.
understand.
Nope.
Okay, so then we will go through that word by word and person by person. So count 1 alleges that you made an assault. An assault is when you put someone in fear of unwanted contact. So do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And so the people identified as who you put in fear of unwanted contact, there are 4 of them listed: Isaiah Stimmel, Ezekiel Stimmel, Zachary Stimmel, and or Zoe Stimmel. So do you understand that it's alleged that you put those 4 people in fear of unwanted contact?
A family?
I guess, yes.
Okay, and so the next part of this charge, it alleges that you did that with intent or with the desire, the thought that you were going to accomplish the crime of murder, which would be to kill somebody. So you understand that?
No, I don't. You guys are
No.
fucking ridiculous.
Whoa.
Sir, do you understand what the charge is? Not do you agree with it, but do you understand what she
Sure, I
says?
do. Yeah, you guys are fucking
you.
out of your minds, though. And I'm the one out of my mind.
Oh my God. Oh no.
So the maximum penalty for this charge is a felony.
The judge just rolls right through. All right. I appreciate it. Well, obviously I'm certainly not her first rodeo.
It's life or any number of years. So do you understand that maximum penalty?
Yes.
Count 2 alleges that you did use, arrange, place, devise, or distribute a inflammable, combustible, or explosive material, liquid substance, or device in or near 8813 Tamarack Lane with the intent to commit arson of the property having a value of $20,000 or more. Do you understand count 2, preparation to burn property, $20,000 or more?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a felony as well with a maximum penalty 10 years in prison and or $15,000 or 3 times.
Hey, Saku, thank you for the $10.
Burned, whichever is greater. Do you understand that maximum penalty?
Yes.
Right on, man. Thank you for your support.
You are right. So with that, we'll proceed. Ms. Kleeman, would you like your client to stand mute?
Yes, please.
All right, so Mr. Conklin, I'll have you stand mute today. That means you'll remain silent as to the charges. I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I will schedule you for your next court date. That will be a probable cause conference in front of Judge Simpson. He will be able to see you November 17th. That will be at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as your case can be heard. So the next thing we need to address in this matter is bond, and there are 2 parts to bond conditions. Those are things the court tells you can and cannot do. If you violate a bond condition, you're subject to immediate arrest. The other side of bond is whether you can be released today on your own personal recognizance, or whether you have to post a bond in order to be released.
Yeah.
Would people like to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're welcome to proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're asking for a $50,000 surety bond in this case. Based on the allegations, the defendant allegedly took gasoline, poured it all over a house that housed children in it, and said he was going to burn the house down. The children were still inside. The police had to, the door was locked to where the children were.
Damn.
The police had to come in and retrieve the children from the locked door. So based on that and those allegations, I'm asking for a $50,000 cash or surety bond. If he does post that, I'm asking for a GPS tether, a no-go to that address where the children were at, 8813 Tamarack Lane. I'm asking for drug and alcohol testing. I'm asking for no contact with
victim names.
And I believe that's what we were asking for, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sir, during the middle of that, you raised your hand.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were not at the house at the time of the incident. The police did not have to go.
Sir.
Oh my God, no.
Again, you have the
No,
right.
yeah, exactly. Oh God, Gardner. Ah. No. No. He just admitted that he was there. Great. Perfect. Just fucking perfect.
Wrong.
Oh.
You have the right
The
to
kids
remain
left
silent.
to their grandmother's house. They were gone.
Wait, was he trying to?
So,
Was he trying to? What is he trying to? Was like? Are these? Is this his own family? What? Does he know the victims personally? Oh my God.
please listen to what I'm telling you. I'm trying to protect your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You raised your hand, and I did not call on you because we don't interrupt people. We wait until the other person is done. You have an attorney here who is here to represent your rights. She is now going to make arguments regarding bond. After she's done, if you still have something you wish to say to me, then I'll check in with you, but we want to give her the opportunity to say what she needs to say on your behalf. Ms. Kleeman, you're welcome to proceed.
Thank you. And Mr. Conklin does live locally in Washtenaw County. He typically stays with his sister at the address that this allegedly took place at. So he does need to find another address while the case is pending.
Oh my
He
God.
does have a phone number that he can update the court with upon release. He's just not sure what it is by heart. Without getting too far into the facts of the case, my understanding from him is that he does struggle with severe PTSD. He represented to me that he was in the midst of an episode when this took place. I am going to try to refer him to a social worker with our office to see if we can help more in that regard. I do not have any information regarding whether he is on probation or parole, but I do not see any other holds on him.
Thank you.
Wait, are you serious?
Sir,
Kojak?
did your
Have they actually been in contact? Or are you just memeing?
I guess, yeah.
Ms. Lynch, was there anything else you had in response?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to set your bond conditions for you. I'm going to go through these. I want to make sure you.
I think he's memeing.
Violate a bond condition, you are subject to immediate arrest, and that can happen without a warrant. So we go through these to make sure you understand them. Your conditions are as follows. You're going to have standard supervision with our community corrections department. That's going to be for drug and alcohol testing. Within 24 business hours of your release from jail, you'll have to get to the community corrections department to begin that testing. You'll have to bring photo ID.
You emailed Marcel and gave him Chili's cell phone and address. No.
Yes, you have a question?
No, never mind. That answered it, thank you. I'll just wait, I'm sorry.
Did you have a question about that condition?
About the ID, the ID part, never mind, no. You answered it.
No, ask your question. Ask your question. What's your question?
I was gonna say my ID got shipped to Oregon, but you answered it with the booking ID part. I'm sorry, I'll wait till the end next time.
You're fine. You're fine. All right, so that standard supervision, you'd have to get to our community corrections department within 24 business hours of your release from jail. They're at the complex where you are currently located, just across the parking lot. Next, you're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. You are not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without prior permission of the court. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, or dangerous weapons. You are not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, harass, molest, or stalk anyone. Do you understand your conditions so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you own any firearms?
What's that?
Do you own any firearms?
No, ma'am.
Again, the purpose of bail and bond is not to be based upon the seriousness of the allegations. It's all traditionally it's intended to only be determined whether or not the individual is a flight risk or is at risk of not appearing for their hearings and trial. That's the traditional purpose of bond. So that's why even though these charges are pretty damn serious, they're still providing him bond.
Next, you are to have no contact with when I say no contact, no direct or indirect contact with the above named individuals in person or through others. No telephone, email, texting, internet, social media.
I mean, risk of safety to the community is a factor. Don't get me wrong. It's certainly a factor, or at least I feel like it should be a factor, but I don't believe it should be the sole factor. There's a lot of interesting questions to be had about bail reform. I tend to lean towards being a proponent of it, but I feel like the application of bail reform in places like California and sure as hell in Illinois have swung the pendulum so far to the other side that it leads to results like people who are continually being hooked up on carjacking and armed robbery getting little to no bail. what I mean by that is they're released on ROR, and that's obviously not. I feel like is not intended to be the issue. The intent of bail reform was to prevent people who are hooked up for like petty stuff, like petty larceny of like 250 or less, getting no bail and being locked up for 6 months before the trial date. That, my understanding, is supposed to be the intent of bail reform, not to let repeat and career criminals be able to, chill out and commit multiple felonies and still be out on the streets. But I digress.
No Skype, no Zoom, no FaceTime, no contact needs, no contact, and you can't have other people be in touch with them on your behalf. Do you have a question regarding that?
Yes, I am currently employed. I am employed through them or for them. How does that work? I work for their company.
There's gotta be all I'm saying is there's gotta be a way to have a happy medium between the two extremes.
Is it a company that there are multiple people who work there? That
Yes.
you have other supervisors, or are they your supervisors?
My sister was my direct supervisor, but I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Okay, well, I'm actually quite confident that if you're going to be able to stay there, they'll figure that out. If they're comfortable with you still being employed there, I'm sure they'll find a way to make that work for you. But if they're not, then they'll let you know. Next, you are not to go to the address in question, Lane in Ypsilanti Township. You will have to have a GPS tether placed on you so that you cannot return to that address. That tether will not be placed until you have posted your bond and you are ready to leave jail. Do you understand?
I do not stand under.
How much is the bond?
I didn't hear you. What was that?
How much is the bond?
I haven't gotten to the bond yet. We're still going through your bond conditions. We'll get to the bond in a moment. I don't want you going to any place of the children's school. So if the kids are in school, you're not going to any of their schools. If the children work, I don't want you going to their place of employment. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Oh, God.
Do not to violate any criminal law. You're required to appear for any and all court hearings and other places as directed by the court. If there's a change to your contact information, address, email, or telephone number, you are required to notify the court. And certainly you'll want to make the public.
Hey, thank you, Taco, for the $2. Nintendo Switch is at 114 million units. That's not surprising. Pretty successful console, but I've never really been a big fan of handheld stuff.
Defender aware as well. Don't violate any criminal laws. You have to appear at all of your court hearings and other places as directed by the court. All of your conditions exist whether you're in custody or out of custody. Do you understand your conditions?
Yes.
Thank you. Having heard the testimony of the Sheriff's Department and having read the information that's been presented to me, I'm concerned for the safety of the family involved here. And I'm concerned for the safety of the community at large. And again, children were involved in this as well. And because of that, I do believe that a cash bond is appropriate.
Go fuck yourself, then, bitch. Yeah.
Are you done?
Didn't do a goddamn fucking thing wrong.
Okay, so your bond is going to be $150,000.
Take that 150,000 and shove it up your fucking ass.
Oh shit!
You're all set. You can let the jail staff know you're done. You're gonna have to call because he's not gonna move. But she needs to know he just spit all over, so she may have to wipe something down.
Woo!
Whatever's in front of him, I couldn't tell.
Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna clean the room and then we'll resume.
Oh.
I'm so sorry that you have to do that.
That's okay, no problem. Just give
Damn
me
it.
1 minute.
Damn. People are dicks. But shout out to old Squishy Gardner for that one. Hmm. The birth of an internet star? Uh-oh. What is...
Strangulation shit, Western murder, they put me on a probation. The girl who got it violated. You think they'll send me to prison now? It's not very violated? No, I just, it's like, bro, I was at work and she called and like said I was bothering her. No, she called my parole office and then I got violated.
Bit of a hot mic.
It is, and we're done dropping. Swear.
That was his sister's house, Riddler? Oh, wow.
Swear. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Before we get too far into your case, courthouse is closed to the public. The public has the right to hear and see what's happening here in the courtroom, so all of our cases are being broadcast live on our YouTube channel.
Yay.
Do you understand? Yes?
Yeah, hopefully everybody I know and love came. If y'all came, just know I love y'all and I miss y'all.
Aw.
And I really miss y'all and I love you guys.
Aw.
And
That's
last,
sweet.
no swearing.
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
This is a courtroom, so you're not going to swear during my court hearings. Do you understand?
Okay, if I did, I didn't mean to. My bad.
Well, I'm just telling you, I could hear you talking to the sheriff right outside the door.
Yeah.
And everything we were saying was coming through and I could hear it. And I understand you're having a casual conversation with the sheriff, which is different than being in court.
Yes, ma'am.
But
if I offended, I apologize.
just keep your wits about you as this proceeds.
All right.
You have a couple different cases that are open that are in warrant status. I do not have them all today. Some of them I assume you will be seeing on Monday. Just for reference, the first one I have is 122-0553-SM. I'm not seeing you on this case today. This is a Judge Tabby case of malicious destruction of personal property. And you are in warrant status on that.
Oh.
And it looks like you were scheduled for a pre-trial and missed it. So he will see you Monday? I think Magistrate Fink will see you on this open bench warrant case Monday afternoon. The next case you have is 222-0227-SM.
Miss Judge, ma'am.
A building less than $200. Another Judge Tabby case.
Hey, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes.
All right. Do you know what that's for?
I just told you, malicious destruction of a building less than $200. This is in warrant status, and on this file,
Reuben Carter trial.
Tabby will,
Can you send me a DM about that? I don't think I've heard of that one.
You will likely be seen by the magistrate in the afternoon as well. Last of the cases that I'm not doing, you have a really old civil case. This is 991C1995GC. And it looks like the plaintiff is First Equity Capital Corporation. And it looks like somebody sued you for money. They got a default judgment and then a bench warrant was issued.
Oh.
And so you would likely be seen on, yeah.
I didn't understand. I'm sorry, I'm not the best like court person, but I didn't understand what you just said. Like you said, I got a real old civil case. I don't think I've ever been to civil court. I don't know nothing about that. Like, so somebody sued.
Yeah, it says somebody
sorry.
sued you.
Is it possible it's his father's case? He is a junior because he would have only been 7 in 99.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's here. I'm just handed a stack of warrants.
Oh God, that would be fucking terrible if Gardner's subtitles are correct, or that his speculation. But if it's true that his parent uses kid social, what a dick of a parent to do that, to completely ruin their kid's credit, among other things, and now have a freaking bench warrant against them. Damn.
Okay.
So it's your name and it's that same address. So perhaps it's your father. It's a civil case. And I don't have the file. So certainly if someone brings, so you have criminal cases, Mr. Hackstadt, there's different kinds of court cases, right? So we have criminal cases when a crime has been committed, and then we have civil cases. That's when people sue people. Criminal cases are when you're charged.
Oh, really? Cerebral? That's terrible.
When people sue people. So that's what this kind of case is. If it is not in fact you, it's somebody else with the same name who lives at the same address, the judge should be able to verify that on Monday when they see you. They're already going to be keeping you in custody because of the other 2 cases, but they should have a date of birth in that file. And so then they should be able to deal with the fact that this is not you.
Okay, so far I got 2 malicious destructions and that.
Right, and I'm not taking care of any of that today. I'm taking care of 2 new cases. One is a felony.
My bad.
And that's a
Crap.
domestic violence 3rd offense. And the other is a misdemeanor breaking and entering.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was holding my hand. I didn't know if I could talk. I didn't want to interrupt or nothing, be rude.
Well,
So
before you say anything, wait, Mr. Hackstadt, before you say anything, I'm going to advise you of your rights because I don't want you to say something by mistake that could be used against you. Do you understand your rights?
yes, ma'am.
All right. I am going to start. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. It looks like I'm really getting on your nerves. But so
I haven't started, so I'm not sure how you already have a question. What is your question?
well, I'm sorry, I guess. I'm not being charged with home invasion 1st degree.
The charge that I have been given is breaking and entering, a legal entry without homeowner's permission. It's a misdemeanor.
Thank you. You're such a beautiful judge. I love you so much.
Oh my God.
You're like the bearer of great news. Like this judge.
What the fuck? What is happening right now?
Sorry, Miss Judge. I don't mean to offend.
I'm not the one who charged you. I appreciate all the kind words, but that wasn't my decision. That was the prosecutor's decision. So I'm going to proceed on this file. This is file PTPD22-14667. Tell me your full and complete name.
That's so weird.
Mr. Hackstadt.
David Allen Hackstead.
And you're a junior, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry, David Allen Hackstead Jr.
And confirm your date of birth so we know we have the right you. Thank you. Ms. Kleeman, your appearance?
Thank you, Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Hackstad. And I did have the chance to meet with him. However, we did not have the paperwork on this charge yet at the time. If you could read over the allegations to him, please.
All right. The complaint in this matter is a single count.
I can't tell if this is an act or he's just this, like, I don't want to say maybe childlike. It's very weird.
It alleges that on or about 11/4/2022 that you were 3
Wrong button.
Carpenter Road, and it was Unit 12, and it's alleged that you did enter with or without breaking a certain building or structure, that being a residence, Carpenter Road, whether occupied or unoccupied, without first obtaining permission to enter from the owner or occupant, agent, or person having immediate control thereof. So do you understand this charge, commonly known as breaking and entering without owner's permission?
I understand it.
All right. And the maximum penalty for that charge, it's a misdemeanor, 90 days in jail and or $500. Do you understand that maximum penalty?
I understand it.
All right, thank you, sir. Counsel, would you like your client to stand mute?
Yes, please.
Judge Simpson will be able to see you on November 16th. We will send you a notice to appear. Just a second.
I'm sorry.
We'll send you a notice to appear, and then you'll receive additional information from the public defender's office. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a question regarding what I just told you?
Judge Simpson, is he a felony judge?
He's a district court judge, and he handles misdemeanors and felonies.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about all the halfway questions. That's not for the domestic violence, is it?
No, this is for breaking and entering.
Okay. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to go slow so you.
Okay, I don't understand this. Like, yeah, despite his almost innocent like demeanor, I guess meek, is that a better way of describing it? Despite that, this dude has a lot of freaking charges. He's got a lot of cases on him. What the hell?
Know which case we're talking about, and quite honestly, if you let me go in the order that I'm going, it should all make sense, and I'll probably answer your questions. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the breaking and entering. You have a pretrial with your assigned judge, Judge Simpson. That's going to be November 16th at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as you can be heard. That is a Wednesday. That's not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday will get you a notice to appear, and then you'll receive additional information from the public defender's office. Next thing we need to address on this case, just this case, is Ms. Kleeman, would you like to be heard?
Yes, please. And he does have stable local housing at the address that was provided to the court. The only potential issue with that address is, my understanding is it's right next door to the complaining witness's home. So he does not have any issue with a no contact order, but we would ask that the no go to order be specifically the unit that the complaining witness lives in. He does work full-time at he's not currently on probation or parole to my knowledge. He does have the holds for several cases that are coming up on Monday, but we are asking the court to consider a personal bond.
This is a bad misunderstanding.
Okay, don't say anything about the case right now, okay?
Yes.
Anything about the circumstances of the case, okay?
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. So, Mr. Hackstadt, are you next door or across the street?
It's next door.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set $100 cash or surety bond on this file.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you are released on 22F2-0376FY and all of your other files, this will convert to a personal recognizance bond.
Okay.
The reason I do that is I want you to get credit for time served, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I guess. Thank you.
Ms. Kleeman, anything else on this file?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You have several files, so it's going to be until you're released on all of your files. So I don't want this file to hold you up, so it'll convert once you do your other files.
Okay. Hey, do you know, is it Miss Attorney? Miss Keelman?
Yes.
Do you know if anybody's like watching? Like,
Everybody's watching.
People like watching or anything?
All the people are watching.
We're on YouTube, but I can't tell who's watching right now.
Okay. Well, if y'all is watching, I love you guys.
Aw.
Write me, please.
Write me, please. Jesus.
All right, we're gonna proceed with your other file while I wait for my computer to update.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 22F2-0376FY. She's also indicated you'll stand mute. That means you'll remain silent as to the charge, and I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. We will schedule you for your next court date. That will be a probable cause conference because this is a felony. That will be with Judge Simpson. He will be able to see you on November 17th at 9 a.m. or as soon thereafter as your case can be heard.
I heard everything. Can you just tell me what date you said again? You said the 9th?
The 17th, November 17th.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Donna.
I'm apologizing, you're fine. So you're going to be seen November 16th for your pretrial, November 17th for your probable cause conference, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So the next thing we need to address in this case is bond.
But I'm going to ask for a surety bond, some sort of surety bond in this case, and a GPS tether if he is released. And the reason why I'm asking for that, obviously, is this third domestic violence. But the victim in this case, I know Ms. Kleeman said he wasn't on probation right now. I'm unsure of that because it looks like he had a CSC first degree that was reduced to an assault GBH with the same victim. And it looks like he was supposed to serve, he was sentenced to a year in jail and then 3 years probation. That was on March 10th of 2020. So according to that, unless he had early release, he would have still been he would still be on probation. I was trying to confirm it, but I can't pull up the links right now to see on the court system. That is the same victim that is in this case. So I'm highly concerned because the probation had contacted our office a year ago or 6 months ago asking for contact between the two of them. We vehemently told them no, we didn't want them to contact. I don't know what happened there. Apparently they can have contact now, or I don't know if there's still no contact order. But the fact that that victim is the same victim in this case, and this is another assault GBH, I'm highly concerned, Judge. So I'm asking for some type of surety bond. And if Your Honor is going to release him on a personal bond, I would like a GPS tether. Or if he makes a surety bond, I would like a GPS tether and no contact with the victim and a no go-to.
Thank you. Sir, you have your hand raised again. Again, I'm going to remind you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say could be used against you. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Gotta articulate it, buddy.
Okay. What, do you have a question for me?
Yeah, like, be honest with you. I know
I'm gonna stop you. Do you have a question for me? I don't want you making statements about where you were or what you were. Okay.
I don't know what this domestic violence is. Is there anybody like way I can get some paperwork or somebody could tell me like what happened? Because I listen, I haven't committed no domestic violence, so I'd at least like to read and see what I've been charged with. Because like, yo, if I gotta take ghost charges, I would at least like to read the paperwork for them.
These are the charges when you and I met earlier that we read over. That's all the information that we have right now. We won't get the police report until after today.
So it's just all right, thank you.
So I don't know that this will help you, but it's alleged that these events took place on or about February 6th of 2022 at Lumber Drive. And the person identified as
I know it's my baby mom's.
So that's the person identified, and it indicates that you had a dating relationship with her, and that you either made an assault or an assault and battery upon her. An assault is when you put somebody in fear of unwanted contact, And a battery is when you actually have unwanted contact with someone, either their person or something that they are touching. So that's what you've been charged with. Because of a domestic relationship with Ms. Ellington at the time or prior, it falls into the category of domestic violence. So that's why that is the charge. It falls into that specialized category. So that's the information I have. I don't have the details of what specifically happened, and I didn't hear the swear to of the details. So I don't have that information to give you.
Yes, ma'am.
But as your case proceeds, now that it's proceeded, now that you've been seen on this, your attorney will be able to file an appearance and then request discovery, and that will include the ability to get a copy of the police report. Ms. Blanche, was there something you wanted to say?
I'm muted. No, no, Your Honor, that was all.
You look like you were leading in to say something. Okay.
No.
So that is the information I have to give you right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. If I had more information, I would be happy to give it to you, but I don't. So, I'm going to set a cash bond in this matter. I'm concerned for the safety of the victim in this matter. I'm concerned that there seems to be a lot of different criminal cases going on with a variety of different failures to appear. And that's of concern to the court as well.
Oh, he does have a lot of FDAs.
Prior to release, so that you cannot go to the Lumber Drive in Ypsilanti. Your bond amount in this case is going to be $5,000 cash or surety, no 10% privilege. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Blanche, anything else for the people on this file?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Kleeman, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, then, sir, you are all set. We will get your paperwork over to you at the jail. You can stand up and head to the door, and that will signal to the jail staff that you are done. Thank you, sir.
I just want to say I love whoever came to see me on YouTube.
Oh my God.
God bless you guys.
Did he just plug his channel?
He's a YouTube superstar on my channel. I'm sorry.
God damn it. Oh my God.
My mom watching.
This guy.
Even a squishy skirt. Mine is too.
Once they see how pleasant you are, though, you're going to have an array of people here.
Yeah. We have lots of subscribers, but
Oh, yeah?
there are in fact people watching. So
Oh.
other than just my mom.
Oh. Guys, Ham Brooks is sentencing hearing is set for the 15th and 16th. So next week. That hurt. I think I'm going to stop here then. No marathon for me. But I actually do need to work on the channel for a little bit. No, Fezzington. So I'm going to stop here. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Again, if you are an American, you better have voted already or will be voting. So do it. Go vote. Ragnarok stream is going to be tomorrow. I know apparently the game unlocks or is able to play at like 9 o'clock tonight. But I ordered the collector's edition, and the collector's edition isn't supposed to arrive until tomorrow. So you should be but tomorrow I will be streaming God of War Ragnarok, and that will be all I will stream. from tomorrow until I beat the game. So get ready for that. I know the game has already been leaked, and I'm doing my damnedest. I will be the ability to speak during those streams will be heavily restricted to avoid anybody coming in and trying to spoil the game. So be ready for that. But I want to thank you guys again. Have a good one. Check out the other creators out there. They're going to be streaming later this afternoon. I'm probably not going to stream this evening. So, yeah, go check everybody out. And, yep, take care, guys. Thank you, and have a good one. I'll see ya.